Hello everyone, welcome to Bee Creations by Brenda. Today's tutorial is for our gumdrop ornaments, perfect for Christmas, for the gingerbread and Candyland themes. So majority of our items are from Hobby Lobby. Majority of things are $3 and under. I think the most expensive thing might have been the brushes. Everything else was like $1 or $2. I also got some items from Dollar Tree as well, and everything under $3. So these are our foam balls. I am sliding them into several pieces. I want to keep the little round shape. This is going to go in the flat surface of our cup, and this is what is going to give us that flat and little rounded look that the gumdrops have right on top of them. So these are the Dollar Tree cups. I got multiple colors, but to be honest, you don't need to. Whichever one is that they have, you are still gonna paint over it, so you're not even gonna see the color of the cup. So I'm tracing the shape of the flat surface. I want that to fit perfectly right on top of the cup, and that's just gonna help us that little flat rounded shape that gumdrops do have. I do remove the excess of the foam because those little balls do sort of like jump back up. I'm gluing it with their glue gun just to make sure everything's nicely and secure. Remove the little hair the glue gun leaves sometimes. But if you paint over, it really does not matter. The flakes are gonna cover that. If you break a cup like I did, just cover it with the glue gun, and that should be more than enough. You're not gonna be able to see it at all. For the brushes, I try to get a decent size just to make the process go a little bit faster. I do 2 coats of each paint, and you wanna make sure that surface is nice and flat and straight. So I'm just going with 2 coats for each cup. I let it dry about 10 minutes for the first coat. Or sometimes when I do multiple, by the time I'm finishing the last one, the first one I painted is already dry. So it makes the process go a little bit faster. And if you're doing multiple, I recommend this, so that way the process moves a lot faster for you guys. I like to put the little cups I got from Dollar Tree as well. It just makes the painting process a little bit easier and a lot cleaner. The painting does not have to be perfect since you are going to cover it with the snowflakes. So you're not even going to be able to see anything right under it. You just want that color to go through, but you cannot even see much. You just want that color, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just paint over it and go with it for the second coat, and that's all you have to do. It doesn't have to be nice and even. So this is the round of the little balls, so I make sure I cut them also for them to be nice and flat. So this is another way in case you are just doing paint and you don't want to do the glitter or the flakes, or you want to use only fine glitter. This will cover the little depth that the little cup has right on the top of it. It makes it nice and even. So if you're just using color, just a paint, you don't want to do the flakes, or you're using fine glitter, this is the perfect way just to cover that so it won't show. But you're using flakes, there's no need for that extra step. So I want to make sure I go again with that second coat, cover everything around. I just want that color to go through and for you to see on the gumdrop. But like those little lines that the paint leaves when it's not nicely even, that is not gonna even show. So that's why I'm just painting over it. Does not matter how, as long as I cover everything. Doesn't have to be nice and perfect. I just want the color to show. For the second coat, I do leave it to dry about 30 minutes, or if I'm doing it midday or at night, I let it dry overnight. You are gonna go over it again with the glue. So you want that paint to be nicely dry. You don't want to transfer it to the glue, and that might transfer it to the other cups. So you want that second coat to be nice and dry. So these are our snowflakes. You can find these ones are Hobby Lobby. I believe Dollar Tree does have some of them as well, but the Hobby Lobby one is only $1. Dollar Tree is $1.25. So now I got this little cardboard. I am just gonna trace the cup right on under it. So this is gonna cover the cup, so we can use it for outside. We can glue it to whatever is that we need to glue it or tape it, or if you want to put it on the trees or just hang them, this will be a nice way to cover it and gives you that gumdrop look. So I am cutting a little bit under the circle that I traced, because this is gonna go right under the cup, inside the cup. So you just want it to go right on top. You don't want it to go too deep. That way it just covers, it sits right on top of it. If you get smaller pieces and it goes a little bit more inside, it really does not matter. But you don't want it all the way inside, just to sit right on top. Yes, you can see they fit right on top of it. So now my cups are nicely dry. So I'm now gonna put the cardboard inside the cup, and I secure that with the glue gun. I put the cardboard inside, and I let the first glue that I put dry, and then I go again with the glue gun over it, right on top of it, just to make sure it's nicely and secure. I don't want this to pop when it's windy outside or when it's raining. So that's the reason why I'm going with that second layer of glue, just to make sure everything's nice and secure. And you notice some of the circles are a little bit, you will see like it's not covering everything around. The glue will do that. The glue will cover those little open edges. So now we are gonna paint the cardboard. And this one I only like to do about a coat, since it's the bottom, and like I said, you don't with the flakes, it doesn't really show that much. Just so you can see, I'm just going like whatever. I put a little bit more than I'm supposed to, but that is more than fine. You're gonna let this dry as well, and this actually dries pretty quickly, so just give it about 10 minutes or so, and that dries really fast, that one coat. The second coat is the one that takes a little bit longer for it to dry. Once it's dry, I am using the regular school glue. I prefer to use the school glue over the Mod Podge. I found it to be the flakes are more secure and they stay better to the cup. I am gonna use the Mod Podge to seal the flakes. So first I do under it. I put the flakes, shake everything off, remove all the excess. Now I am going over on top of it and the rest of the cup with the glue, and I like to put a pretty good amount because you want those flakes to really stick in there. You don't want them to be coming out when it's windy, or even when you're putting your decorations, it can be a little bit annoying. So when I go around and then I slightly start pressing on it. So just to make sure everything gets nicely stuck in there and it sticks through very well on the gumdrop. As you can see, it's already given us that sugar effect, and that is exactly how you want it. So make sure you remove all the excess, shake it off and remove a little bit of the excess of the flakes. So now we are gonna use the Mod Podge to seal the project. So this way the flakes are not jumping around when it's windy or even when you're putting up the decor. So for the Mod Podge, I like to mix it on a spray bottle. I put Mod Podge and I put whatever amount is that I put in the Mod Podge, I put a little bit less than half of it of water. I just wanted to water it down just for it to go through the sprayer. And I found this way to actually work better when we are doing projects like this, when it comes to with the flakes, with the glitter, because you actually are able to seal it right away. And I feel with the fact that the glue of the flakes are still a little bit on the wet side, and when everything dries together, I feel like it gives it a better of a seal, so it keeps everything together better. And I also found this way to be a lot easier than using a brush to put the Mod Podge. And also when you use the brush to put the Mod Podge, you actually have to let it dry for at least overnight so the flakes won't be coming out when you're putting them with the brush. So I'm going over it again, another one, and this one I am gonna seal it with the spray of the Mod Podge, not the one they made, the one that already comes out with the sprayer. This is my first time actually using that type of Mod Podge. I personally didn't like it. It has a lot of that chemical smell. So for projects that you're doing at home, inside your home, I do not recommend it. It gives you that very strong chemical smell. So for projects that you're doing outside, it's more than fine. But inside the home, I do not recommend it. It has a very strong chemical smell, so I didn't like it at all. So now when you have sealed everything, I recommend you leave everything dry at least a day or two before you put up your decorations. Also, you can put the little ribbon right on top in case you want to hang them around. Glue them, tape them around the house, whatever it is that you want to do. So this is our finished product. This is how they look. This is after 2 days of being dry. As you can see, it gives you that perfect sugar effect, the little snowflakes. For me, they look just like gumdrops. I'm so in love with this project. I love how they came out. Here are some ideas of how you can use them. As you can see, it gives you that perfect gumdrop look. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.